So glad you're with us here on this Tuesday, everyone, 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Nada Irampur, and we're going to check in with meteorologist Evan Narani. You've warned us about the heat for today, and then after this, it's all, who knows?
All over the place. What is happening?
Moisture, humidity, heat, I mean, you name it. There's a lot going into the forecast this week. And it starts off with today, where temperatures are going to be at their hottest of any of the next 7 days. 81 on average along the coast today. 95 is your average inland today. So it is just going to be a plain hot afternoon. We also have some fog to start off the morning. Here's a live look outside. Not so much a live look because it is socked in with the gray. We've got limited visibility out in Miramar and Kearney Mesa. So we'll be checking in on these numbers. We're also going to be talking about that monsoonal moisture and tropical moisture that is going to be on the way shortly. Vanessa Paz has a check of traffic as we kick off the morning. Good morning.
Good morning. 6:01 is the time on your Taco Tuesday. Let's go ahead and give you a live look. It looks like this camera still in and out of sleep this morning. This is the 52, though. You get the deal. Travel out of the South Bay, not too bad whatsoever as you make your way westbound towards the summit. Let's go ahead and switch gears. This camera is working. You could actually see the fog in the distance there. This is the 5 as folks exit out of the Oceanside area, headed southbound towards Carlsbad. Top of your screen is that northbound drive as you make your way towards the 78 connector. All right, taking a quick look at your speeds, or as we take a wider view of the traffic maps, fog is basically the main issue. Evan's been mentioning it all morning. As we quickly take a look at your speeds out of the South Bay, anywhere between 65, 70 miles per hour. Coming up in about 8 minutes or so, we'll take a look at what your Tuesday travel times have in store. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. Now, some breaking news to bring to you here. Actor and Oscar-winning director Robert Redford has died. He died this morning in his home in Utah. He was 89.
Redford starred in the 1969 Western Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and the 1976 Watergate movie adaptation, All the President's Men. I personally loved him in the film The Natural, the incredible baseball movie. He later founded the Sundance Institute, which organizes the Sundance Film Festival, a spotlight for independent films. A big name out of Hollywood that we lost here today at the age of 89.
Huge impact he had in the entertainment world and beyond. Today, the San Diego City Council expected to vote on raising the minimum wage of hospitality workers.
Yeah, this proposal will eventually grow to $25 an hour by July of 2030. CBS 8's Regina Yarita live downtown to explain the for and the against on this proposal here. Regina?
Hey, good morning, guys. That's right. Well, back in June, the city's select committee on addressing the cost of living moved forward with this proposal to raise the minimum wage for hospitality workers. Since then, Councilmember Sean Elo Rivera has been drafting an ordinance to present it to City Council, which brings us to today. So it proposes to raise the minimum wage to $25 per hour for hospitality workers, and it would apply to those who work in hotels with at least 150 guest rooms, amusement parks, and event centers. If approved, beginning July 1st of next year, the minimum wage would start at around $21 and increase by roughly $1 each year through 2030. Elo Rivera says it follows a pattern that Los Angeles and Long Beach have pursued to raise wages. He says the ordinance aims to address the high cost of living and it supports fair pay. But the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce, who represents more than 2,000 businesses in the area, opposes the proposal. They argue that while it's framed as pro-worker, this policy threatens jobs and industries. The organization also says this type of legislation would reduce job opportunities, raise costs for locals and tourists, and put small businesses at risk. But here's how Councilmember Elo Rivera refuted those claims.
Tomorrow is about values. Do we stand with billion-dollar corporations protecting their profits, or with working people demanding nothing more than fairness?
And so this will be part of the item on the agenda. They will be discussing this proposal presented to the City Council during their 2 p.m. session. We'll be keeping a close eye on this meeting and bring you the latest details. For now, I'm Regina Urita, CBS 8.
Regina, thank you. An update here this morning. The San Diego City Council voted to approve new parking fees for Balboa Park.
Implementation on the parking fees is on hold, though. CBS 8's Chris Groh live at Balboa Park now to explain what this decision means for everybody who's concerned about parking there. Chris?
Yeah, they were aiming for next month, but it turns out it's going to be 2026 when this is all said and done and implemented, if you will, some of the things that they still have to get done. But we heard hours of public comment, people very much making their voices heard on this issue. Take a listen.
This plan the mayor's office has shown is completely tone deaf to all the volunteers, employees, clubs, seniors, and communities that benefit from Balboa Park.
It doesn't manage demand. It simply reduces demand by pricing people who can least afford it out of the opportunity to go to the park.
Inspiration Point is not just a parking lot, it's a fundamental to San Diego High's culture. To lose this in favor of fees would be a disservice to us all. We hope that after all have spoken, change will follow.
All right, so yes, the fees are finalized, but they are not in place just yet. October 6th was going to be the official start date, but now on hold for some time in 2026. But we do know what rates are going to look like and how it is that they are going to vary. It's going to depend on how close you are to the center of the park. For instance, a Tier 1 lot like the Oregon Pavilion lot, like the one that we're behind, the non-resident rate there per day, $16 per day, $10 for up to 4 hours. The resident rate, $8 per day and $5 for up to 4 hours. Now, there is going to be a resident verification program. That's one of the reasons why this is not going into place immediately, because they want to make sure that residents are indeed getting the cheaper option. That will need to go into place. The city is also looking for a solution for students at San Diego High that use parking at Balboa Park. Now, meters are also going in for street parking. Metered rates will be $2.50 an hour with a maximum of $10 per day. Now, Mayor Todd Gloria responded to tonight's decision, saying that the delay will mean a loss of revenue for the 2026 fiscal budget, which could mean that they might have to make some changes to, again, hours for libraries, layoffs potentially to account for that. So that is something that is potentially here at play. We also should point out the San Diego Zoo, which has about 3 parking lots here. They are going to fall into this tiered rate system as well. But remember, they've worked out where it's going to be free for those who have the San Diego Zoo membership. So there was that caveat that was carved out there for the San Diego Zoo and as well as their members. For continued coverage, though, on this parking, the parking fees and the rates here at Balboa Park, when they could finally be put into place, continue to stay with CBS 8. Erica Neto.
Chris, thanks for the update. Today, the city of Carlsbad will host a special meeting on possible e-bike rules.
Now, they're considering banning kids under 12 years old from riding e-bikes. The goal is to hear from residents here. The meeting is at City Council chambers in Carlsbad, 5 p.m. Other cities like Chula Vista, they've adopted some new stricter e-bike rules.
Also today here, Chula Vista will be hosting its first community meeting to educate people on those new e-bike rules. The ordinance bans anyone under the age of 12 from riding an e-bike. Also, all riders under 18 must wear helmets, and riding on sidewalks is now off limits in designated zones. Now through December 3rd, no tickets will be issued, but education is front and center. Today's meeting is happening at the Rec Center on Duncan Ranch Road at 5:30 p.m.
And now for the week of stickiness, let's send it over to Evan Narani.
Yeah, I know. And it's such a tough forecast because it's not by any means an insinuation that we're going to be raining on a daily basis, but some of us could see some scattered showers starting tomorrow, lasting through the end of the week, and then again over the course of the weekend. What we're all going to notice, though, is that increase in humidity. Take a look at what we expect as far as your visibility goes right now out the door. You're already at less than a mile of visibility in Oceanside. Miramar's been going in and out of about a mile, 2 miles. Right now at 1.5 miles, 3 miles of visibility in Kearney Mesa. So for starters, it's a foggy start to the day, and then by the time we get to the afternoon, it's going to be very, very hot. Take a look at what we have as far as your current temperatures go. If we're already at 72 in Hamul, you can only imagine where we'll go by the afternoon. 71 right now in Alpine, 60 in Julian and Ramona, 65 in Oceanside and Carlsbad. Here's what we're watching out for. Mario is brewing plenty of cloud cover and showers right off of mainly the coast of Mexico. We're going to be watching as this entire system moves north. So we're going to see all of these clouds and these showers move in our direction as we get toward tomorrow and Thursday. It'll increase our rain chances to 33% inland. So that's a big difference than what we see over our mountains. These are your inland rain chances by Thursday afternoon. Chances for rain stay above 10% daily all the way through the beginning of next week. So we'll have more on what this looks like coming up in just a bit. Vanessa Paz has a check of traffic to kick off the morning. It's still dark out there.
Yeah, still dark, but I cannot help but show off this view. This is the 5 in both directions right at 6th Avenue. Really cool glimpse of downtown San Diego as drivers make their way through the curves this morning. Meanwhile, this is what it looks like. Still pretty foggy, especially in the North County. And this is on the 5 in both directions right at Oceanside Boulevard. All right, we have a traffic hazard reports of a breakdown on the 15 South right at this 163. That may slow things down for you if you're headed southbound, let's say in from Miramar or Mira Mesa. We're dealing with fog pretty heavy between the 5 all the way towards the 15 corridor. Average speeds right now still not too bad out of the South Bay, anywhere between 50 to 60 miles per hour.
Oh,
so full span of the Coronado Bridge, about 62 miles per hour. And if you're traveling out of the East County, anywhere between 65, 70, all is well out of the North County at last check. Back to you guys. All right, actually, let's go ahead and take a quick look at border wait times before I toss it over to you. An hour and a half, that's what you're dealing with if you're headed inbound from San Ysidro's port of entry. Otay Mesa's, meanwhile, an hour.